Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. It's been announced that the Caledonian Isles ferry, which has not sailed since January last year, and was due to go back into service a few days ago, is not going back into service a few days ago. It's going to be at least another 4 months. Caledonian Isles has normally sails between Ardrossan and Broderick on the Isle of Arran, but it hasn't. And it's, like I say, unlikely to sail for another 4 months. The new one, the Glen Sannox, has been sort of semi-taking it over when it manages to sail itself. Vastly over budget, many years late, and very unreliable. But it can't dock at Ardrossan because, it's too big. Whoever designed it didn't think, yes, let's make it nice and big. Doesn't need to be that big, but let's make it nice and big. And then we'll make it too big to go into the port. Yeah, great idea. Nobody knows why it was made so big, by the way, because they never, ever will hit peak capacity. It could be half the size and be about right, but there we go. But it's another disaster for Calmac. And yet, strangely, even though Calmac is now owned by the government, run by the government, it's a quango, effectively, nobody within government is losing their job. And perhaps they should. Now, it's going back into dry dock. It's years. It'll be 2 years by the time it sails again, if it sails again. Money wanked away. Now, we know the vast amount of money is on the Glen Sannox and the Glen Rosa. But what people don't realise is the vast amount of money that's going out on these other ageing, decrepit tubs. Because that's all they are, tubs now. Not even proper bloody ferries anymore. They're literally falling apart. But nobody is paying the price. Nobody is being held accountable. Why isn't, one of the ministers who's responsible for transport, for example, Fiona, why isn't she losing her job? Nobody wants to put their hand up. No one wants this. They've abnegated all responsibility. And meanwhile, the poor buggers actually need the ferries are told, tough shit. Sorry, you got a hospital appointment. Well, never mind. Sure, you can make another one. What do you mean it's cancer? That's where you are. That's where you are with this. But, as far as Fiona Hislop's concerned, not my problem. Well, it is, love. You're the transport minister. Minister it. Do it. But, of course, all these absences, it isn't just the inconvenience of the people living in the islands or anything. It's the economy. It's the goods. It's the transport. It's tourism. It's all sorts of things that get hit on. By simply having a company that's no good at doing its job. But the trouble is they've given them this monopoly. Perhaps if they opened it up and said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll add a bit of capitalism into it. We'll have competing routes. We'll see which one's best. And the one that gives the better service is the one that's going to make the money, isn't it? But there we go. That's how it works. That's how capitalism works. It drives evolution. It drives creating the best product at the best time, the most reliable, the cheapest. But not in Scotland, because it's very communist. Oh, you use the state ferry, or you swim off to the gulag. Well, there's no bloody gulags for the ministers. Perhaps if there was, things might work a little bit better. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks very much. Goodbye.